Там помидор может, да, быть?
Нет. Он вылетел в первом раунде.
I have to like not see you in real life though.
Why, is that too real?
It's like too many destinies.
Too many destinies?
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Monday Mail number 12. I'm doing it a little bit differently this time. Apparently the people have spoken and they would prefer to have my enormous face maximized rather than watch a replay like everybody else does. So we're going to try rolling with this. We're going to see how it turns out. And here we go. First question comes from SmartassX. I don't think I should read the names up. It seems like a bad idea. And it's the standard Marry, Fuck, Kill, Ministry of Win. How am I even supposed to answer this question in a house full of guys?
What was the question?
It's a Marry, Fuck, Kill. Like you have to choose one of each or whatever.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Pass.
I mean, like, it's the most upvoted thing, so I feel bad, like, not answering it. But I would do all three to Wilco. How about that? He's not even listening to me. Or the Russians, because multicultural or whatever. Alright, second question. I remember a complaint a while ago where you felt weird telling the bank that you were waiting for money from OWN because that involved explaining playing video games for a living. Now, do you explain this when you have to? Normally I just say that I play games for a living, and I just leave it at that, and then, I don't know, I don't really get into the intricacies of that I stream and blah blah blah. Usually the second I tell that to anybody, they get incredibly condescending. For completely unrelated reasons. I remember that I had to explain it to one lady for some stuff that I was involved in a long time ago, and I don't know what happened, but like basically she needed to find out where I was getting my income from, and I told her that I did video games or whatever, and she thought like my answer was too ambiguous or something, and she like tried to do an investigation because she thought that I was like importing drugs. It was pretty dumb. But that's like a totally different thing. But yeah, pretty much I tell people I play video games full time, and then when they say how do you make money, I just say I stream and people watch me. I mean, I guess I'm pretty honest about it. Will you ever bring back the Gift of Gab, Chad motherfucking Jones? Maybe. Man, I hate 2v2 so fucking much. It's like, it's so hard to play a 2v2. I hate it with anybody. Like, I just hate 2v2s. I don't know if it's because if you play the game at high level, like in 1v1s, like, if it just destroys the fun aspect of 2v2s or what. I don't know. I just can't. It's just, I hate playing 2v2s. Hi Destiny, I know you've louted before a lot on the EU server as TOS. Okay, but I wanted to know your opinion about the differences between US, EU, and Korean servers. Specifics like 1 base play, 2 base play, 3 base play, late game compositions, ratio of TPZs, kind of BM, etc. Apparently some people disagree with me. I think that NA and EU is pretty much exactly equal until you get to like the top 50 GM. Then like EU's got some better players up there. But for the most part, like if you're GM on NA, I think you should probably be a GM in EU, unless you're like really low GM in NA. The play between EU and NA, I would say EU is a little bit more aggressive, it seems. Like NA players seem a little bit more complacent to sit back on macro. The EU players, especially the Protosses, seem a bit more aggressive. Some of the Zergs have seemed a bit more aggressive. And the only Terran I play is Fuser, who's retarded, so I don't know what to say about that. Korea is like light years ahead of both. Like, I'm pretty sure like if they reshuffled MMR, like if they reshuffle leagues right now, I'm pretty sure I would be GM on EU. But mid-season sucks. But like, so like it wasn't that hard to get to top masters here, and NA is easy to get to GM in. But like in Korea, like I would be trapped like mid masters. Like it's so much harder there. There's like I've always said, there's like 300 players in Korea that could be rank 1 GM on EU or NA. And I'm pretty sure that's still true. How important is diet while training? Do you find your concentration levels increase/decrease from day to day with certain foods? I don't think so at all. Some people might disagree with me, and especially if you're like a health nut or whatever, but in anything in my life that's required extreme concentration or training, like I guess the only things I have to look back on are music and this. I can't think of like diet ever like drastically affecting my performance. 4 or 5. I'll do one more since the first question was really dumb. Hi Dustin, my question is on training routines. When streaming, you usually only play ladder games. I assume you also play custom games with previous teammates, etc., etc. Could you explain what you feel is the best way of training/practicing and perhaps talk about/compare different methods of training? Also talking about how you practice yourself and whether it is mostly ladder practicing or custom practice games. Thank you very much. Hope you're having a good time in Poland and hope to see great things from you in the future. I think that I draw a lot of parallels between practicing music and StarCraft 2. I don't know. You could even do like a fighting example. I might be completely off here, and if I am, feel free to disagree with me in the comments or whatever. Like I guess I would compare like if you look at training StarCraft 2, it's a lot like fighting. Like if you were to like pick up like a real like professional like fighting, like some kind of martial arts or whatever, and that there's always two aspects of it. You've got the technique and you have the conditioning. I think that in StarCraft 2 for a really long time, and actually even now, the conditioning part is like woefully neglected. When I say conditioning in athletics, what I'm talking about is like weightlifting and exercising and all that stuff. In StarCraft 2, the conditioning is like the mechanics element. I think that when it comes to fighting, like you can have all the technique in the world, but there's a reason why weight classes exist. Like in boxing and whatnot, like you don't have heavyweights, like fighting against like 120-pound guys. It just doesn't happen because like once you've reached like a certain like level of bulkiness, like you just kill another person. Like it's just stupid. Or like in real life, like if there's like some dude that weighs like 400 pounds and you weigh like 120 pounds, like all the like jujitsu in the world isn't gonna help you. Like the guy's just gonna sit on you and like destroy you.
What's up, guys?
I think StarCraft 2 is very much the same way in that you can have like all the great strategies and think you play like the best mind games or whatever, but if your mechanics aren't up to par, like you're just gonna get slaughtered. In StarCraft 2, it's very easily possible to lose to somebody doing an inferior strategy if they control much better than you, especially with the way some of the matchups work right now. So the reason why you see me grind ladder games so much is because I don't feel like my mechanics are up to par. Like if I'm losing games because I'm missing injections, there's no reason to grind, or think about high-level strategies. Like why would I sit here and like theory craft ZVX all day long if I can't even hit injections? Like any strategy that you come up with working on a bad mechanics base is going to be a bad strategy because it's based on bad mechanics. So I'll start playing customs more later, but only after I feel like my mechanics are up to par, or like I feel like I can execute everything going on in my head. Yeah. So there we go. That's my 5 questions from Monday Mail. I'll post this link in my little subreddit, just called Destiny, reddit.com/r/Destiny. If you have questions, post them there. Upvote the ones you want to hear. Downvote the ones you don't want to hear. Post questions if you have them, and we'll answer them there. I'll see you guys later. If you think that the video with just like my face is really dumb, then thumbs up that in the comments. Or if you like it, thumbs up that. I don't know. I love you guys very much. See you later. Peace out.
You're such a little bitch. You're not even looking